Alright, hi everyone, welcome to today's video. On the day it's being recorded, it is Thursday, April 18th, 2024. I am just now getting off of work, but it's kind of weird because, I'm normally off on Thursdays, and I decided to come in today by swapping my original off day today for tomorrow, and swapping my original work day tomorrow with today. So I swapped it, and just so that way I have a 3-day weekend, and goddamn, I'm gonna need it. Because this weekend I'm gonna be so busy, I'm gonna end up being sore when I wake up for work Monday morning. I'm helping Christian, James, and Allison move to their apartment over here by the hospital throughout the weekend. I don't care if they get wet. These are my don't give a damn shoes. I almost said a no word on my channel, but I mean, those of you guys that know, I will not tolerate the F word in any way, shape, or form on this channel. However, if you do want to see me, not really see me, but hear me swear a lot more than what I do on this channel, subscribe to my gaming channel. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. But anyways, but yeah, I will not tolerate the F word in any way, shape, or form, except under a few circumstances on this channel, such as the one video of Pop Evil, and my videos of me playing through South Park, because, well, swearing was fair game, because it's South Park. That's what I decided on. And the Pop Evil concert, it's a concert, you're having fun, you're rocking out, and all that. So let's see here. James is off tomorrow, as well as me, and Christian and Allison work tomorrow, so it's gonna be all hands on deck on the weekend. So tomorrow is my only true relaxing day off. It's where I can do whatever. But yeah. Shit. I feel like I pulled a muscle in my leg. It feels weird. Yeah, it definitely feels like I pulled a muscle. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna see if I could try to hang out with somebody tomorrow. Just that way I can have a nice, easy, relaxed day tomorrow. And then from there, work on some like gaming stuff. And speaking of gaming, from what James was telling me yesterday, because I went over to their house yesterday on my actual day off this week. One of the iPhone emulators for, you know, like old school gaming, like, you know, the classic gaming from like the NES to like the, I don't know, like the PS2. The actual emulator is now available on the actual App Store, and it's made by the original guy that originally did GBA for iOS. So that's pretty cool. So I can pretty much play all my Pokemon games here on this phone, on my main recording phone for, you know, gaming, and my iPad, which is pretty cool. But what I don't know, and I'm gonna have to like test it out, am I going to let's see here, am I going to, or is it possible to do like multiplayer with the, you know, the different on different phones or whatever? Can it support multiplayer? Like if we could play like a Mario Kart or like a fighting game, or hell, in the realm of like Pokemon, do like a battle and like trade. Because if they could be able to do that, that'd be really cool. Because then, in the case of like completing the Pokédex, you can be able to get, you know, like all the Pokemon, which would be pretty cool. But, you know, you gotta have the emulator on both devices. And in terms of like, you know, Pokemon, in this case, we'll say like Gen 1, you gotta have a copy of Red and or Blue on one, and then have like Yellow or something with the other. But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious, because, you know, there are some virtual exclusives, and, you know, each game. So, yeah. Be kind of cool. So, for right now, On this phone, I only have just only the mainline Pokemon titles that I originally have on my other phone, which is mainly for recording. You know, because it's easier that way. And apparently, when you have your phone on the battery saving mode, it apparently makes your phone chug real bad. I didn't know that until yesterday. So I learned two different things from James yesterday when I was over there. So yeah. Right now on my recording phone, pretty much all of the games I have are Nintendo consoles. As old as I pretty much have, in terms of like TV consoles, TV consoles, I have the NES, the SNES, and the N64. For the handheld, I just only have 3. Actually, no. I have 4. Well, I guess, yeah, it's 4 different systems, but they're kind of split, because 2 of the systems are kind of combined as one. Game Boy / Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and the DS. So in terms of like modern systems that I can record off of my game recording phone, we're all the way up to the DS. And the most recent game on it that I have currently is Pokemon Black and White 1, which originally came out here in America in 2011. I'm probably gonna have to get Black and White 2. Just, you know. Because it's Black and White 2. The oldest game I probably have would probably be one of my NES games. I only have 2 right now. If there is any games of any of those systems that you want me to do on my gaming channel, please let me know in the comments below. But for the NES, it is currently Mega Man 3 and the original Kid Icarus. What about Mario? Well, I have the original Mario games, but if I'm gonna play the original Mario games, like the original Mario games that came out before Super Mario World, I'm sorry, but I gotta play it on the Super Nintendo version, because it's the version I am most accustomed to. And someone's trying to follow me on Instagram. It's probably a spam fake porn account or something. Okay, so James is home. Oh, this guy was turning. That's why he was waiting on me. Okay, let's see here. Anything else that happened? But yeah. Now, it'd be cool if I can be able to play GameCube games on it, so I'm gonna have to like test that out. I'm gonna have to find a small GameCube game as a tester. It'll probably be like we're gonna try Luigi's Mansion. See if we can get that going. If yes, then cool. Because I know damn well I won't be able to do Wii games. Well, I don't know how that'll even work. If I could figure that out, or if the original guy can figure it out, that'd be great. Because then I can do like Wii games without having to do the, you know. Yeah, I could do like, I wish I could be able to do Wii games on it, because then I won't have to, you know, get a capture card for, you know, all the main consoles, because it'd be all right there on the phone. Which, you know, is pretty cool. Now, I remember having a GBA for iOS back in the day, and that shit was pretty cool. And now they have an app to where it can be all together. Which is pretty cool. Now, my other question is, what about PlayStation games? Like, you know, PS1 and PS2. PS3 is whatever, but having at least original PS1 games would be kind of cool. Because then I could be able to play, like, Spyro. And, you know, play the original Spyro games, which would be, you know, kind of cool. At least having me play it for a little bit that way, I can be like, oh, okay. You know. That way I kind of know what's going on whenever we do Spyro 2 for the channel. Whenever that happens. And I could also do like Crash. Because according to what James is saying, if I were to play one of the two original platforming, you know, PlayStation IPs, like, you know, between Crash and Spyro, he would see me more as a Crash Bandicoot kind of guy instead of, you know, a Spyro the Dragon kind of guy. And honestly, yeah, I could probably see myself going through Crash 1 or going through Crash instead of Spyro, but that's just me. I'm usually not a fan of collectathon games, because to me, I'm like, I'm playing a game, you should get from, you know, point A to point B. But manage to get from point A to point B and just beat the level. And he thinks that, you know, with all my years playing Mario, you know, as a kid, Crash would be a lot better for me instead of Spyro. Because, you know, obviously Spyro is a collectathon game. Because, you know, especially for, you know, Spyro 1, you have to free all the dragons. You gotta collect all the gems. And then you gotta collect all the eggs from the, you know, the egg thieves. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Because, you know, at least with, you know, with Mario, you don't have to collect everything. As long as you can grab as many coins as you can. I mean, Sonic is like that too. Get as many coins / rings as you can, as well as getting power-ups and extra lives here and there, and making it to the end of the level. That's my kind of game. Now, what if it's a 3D platformer or a 2D side-scrolling platformer? Yeah. Have at it. No, I've been looking at the settings for it throughout the day, and it says you can get up to 4 players for it. So, hey, like, it can be local multiplayer. So we could do like Smash or Mario Kart or like Crash Bash or any type of like multiplayer game, like a fighting game or a go-kart racing game. Something that includes local multiplayer to where we can have multiple controllers. I didn't think you can have multiple controllers connected to it at once. But apparently you can. Well, the bar is popping. I would go get a drink, but my ID's expired. And I can't go. Plus, I don't even want to go to the bar anyways. I don't really drink. That's highly illegal. Well, guessing I did that. Love your city. You know, I've been seeing that a lot around here. Is that supposed to be like marketing to like, hey, we need to entice people to, you know, love the town, so we're gonna call it City of Marion, love your city. So that's the most gayest, like, city loving campaign I've ever heard. Because there's always going to be someone that absolutely loves this place, or like really anywhere. There's always going to be that one person that's going to absolutely love a town or city or whatever. And there's going to be at least someone that's going to completely hate it with every fiber of their being, but they have to live there because that's where they live. It's like at every single place. like every single place, like ever. So doing dumb shit with a cop nearby. Speaking of which, speaking of courthouse, so they had the impeachment trial for Alejandro Mayorkas, the current the current Secretary of Homeland Security, and the Democrats decided to deem both charges unconstitutional and completely dismissed it. The entire thing. It, like, most trials last anywhere between like a week and like maybe like a month. That's how long they take on average. But it took the Senate 3 hours to be like, okay, even though we're in a court of impeachment right now, we, the Democrats, decide that both charges against the accused are completely unconstitutional, and we would like to call a point of order to get them completely taken off the record. That way we can dismiss it. And they did. So, yeah, that happened. God damn. See, if you have good suspensions, you can probably go through the tracks real fast. But if you have a piece of shit, then you kind of have to go slow on that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. With that being said, since the trial is now quote unquote over after like 3 hours, in which, you know, the Democrats completely broke the Constitution. They effectively said that anything that constitutes as a quote-unquote high crime and misdemeanor could be possibly declared to be unconstitutional, and then completely dismiss said claim. Or claims, I should say. All I can say is that it was a complete sham. That's all I'm going to say about it. So, with that being said, since it's quote-unquote over, and, you know, according to the rules of the playlist of my impeachment series here on this channel, that whenever an impeachment case is completely done, we wait at least a month after it was declared over, and we will do the video of it no earlier than a month after. So since it ended officially on April 17th, The earliest we can start it and do it and, you know, have it uploaded to the channel is May 17th, which is a Friday. So, yeah, just stay tuned for that. Although it may already be out by the time you see this. I don't know. I better talk about something else before I get completely mad and annoyed and angry and I kind of stop recording. And I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do it. But we're going to move on. We had some quite interesting weather yesterday as well. Because we were in, you know, some threat for having some severe weather, which, you know, comes to the territory. It was like 60-some degrees yesterday with a humidity of like close to like damn near 90. Like 90%. So you knew we were bound to have some storms. And we did. At first, all I thought was going to be like a severe thunderstorm warning with like 40-50 mile an hour winds and a possible chance of some hail, which that was what I was expecting and what I was like thinking, which, you know, okay, cool, whatever. We can handle that. We can go on with our normal lives and what, you know, with stuff like that. But then right in the middle of like when it was like, you know, storming, bam, my phone goes off because we were all gathered in the living room because they were like talking, getting ready to start taking stuff off the wall and, you know, packing, and then bang, my other phone goes off, and then sooner or later all of our phones go off. This one was the last one to go off. And that's when we were told, like, hey, we're in a tornado warning and a tornado is nearby. Seek shelter right now. Okay, buddy, that's illegal. But, yeah. We were struggling to grab, you know, all the cats. And, you know, piling them all into the bathroom. And so we just kind of all hunkered down in there and waited until, you know, it all passed. Annoying ass kids. Great song choice. Man, if only I didn't bribe one of the housekeepers my $20, I could go get some Taco Bell. God damn it. Oh well. I'll probably end up actually no. I got mac and cheese that I got from the other day from work that I could eat. And it's the good mac and cheese, so yay. I'll just make a big bowl of that and just eat it, because it needs to be gone before the end of the weekend anyways. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah. I actually don't remember what I was talking about before going quiet for a little bit. Oh yeah, the storms. So yeah, Allison was like full on panicking. She was having a full on panic attack. Me, in a situation like that, I would definitely lose my shit. But luckily the impeachment trial was still going on at that time. I pretty much used it as a distraction to not let my anxiety and, blood pressure rise. So when it comes to stressful situations, all I do is that I just try to distract myself as much as I possibly can. And thankfully I did with the impeachment. Well, the sham impeachment, I will add. And yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that. God. Okay. So, let's see here. What time is it? Since I have my other phone on me. It is about 8:40. Yeah, even though I walked out at 8 o'clock from the hospital. Yes, it takes me about 50 minutes just to walk home. Well, more like to and from home from the hospital. Which is why if I have the unfortunate action to walk to work, I would have to leave the house no later than like 10:20-ish. Because, you gotta think about traffic. Yeah, I keep that in consideration. So it probably should be a lot earlier. So next time I have to walk to work, I'm leaving at 10:10. Meaning I'm gonna get dressed and be ready to roll by 10 o'clock if I have to walk. Because sometimes morning traffic downtown gets crazy. And then I can, clock in a bit early. But yes, that way I can, clock in early. And then I can clock out early and go home early. Which, I don't know if we're even allowed to do that. Are we? I mean, I would be there for, my 8-hour shift with my 45-minute lunch. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's like an ambulance or a fire truck. I don't know what kind of truck that is, but that's definitely oh, that's an ambulance. That's got to be like that's definitely a trauma alert going to the hospital. It's probably going to be a trauma alert category 2. Although I don't know the difference between a category 1 or a category 2. But yeah. Oh, God. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can get GameCube on here and PlayStation 1 and 2 games. Now, as you guys know, I grew up exclusively Nintendo when it comes to gaming. My first console playing was the Super Nintendo, so that's about as classic as I can get. My first handheld console I ever played, I mean, I've had like probably damn near 8 of them growing over the last like 15 years. I've had many different kinds of DS's. Hell, I have 3 DS's right now. I have a original DS. You know, the ones I can play that that are backwards compatible with the Game Boy Advance, which is cool. And then I have a DSi. You know, it was the first DS model to remove backwards compatibility with the Game Boy Advance, so it can only play DS games. And it was also the first Nintendo system. No, technically it would be the Wii. Yeah, the Wii was the first Nintendo console to have internet capabilities. And it had the Wii Play Store. The DSi had the DS web store, where you can you know, do all that. It had the DSi eShop or whatever they called it. I don't remember what they called it. And then they had the Wii U, which a lot of people were really confused on that one, since people didn't know if it was an actual like console or if it was like an accessory for the Wii. But it was its own console. I'm pretty sure their thing got shut down a few years back. Their eShop got shut down. And then you have the 3DS eShop. That got shut down last... Oh God, when did that get shut down? It was obviously last year. It was definitely within the last year. I think it was last August when it was officially shut down. Something like that. God, I don't even know. It was something like that. Trauma alert, category 2, ETA 3 minutes. So the only Nintendo console with an eShop, or an online gaming, well, an online shop to like buy games, is the Switch. The Switch has been out since around 2017, so it's been out for about 7 years. And since Pokemon announced a new game for next year called Pokemon Legends ZA, because I knew there was going to be a new Pokemon game either this year or next year, and they decided it's going to be next year. So that gives them at least a whole calendar year to work on hopefully a really good game. Because I think a lot of people were disappointed with how Scarlet and Violet were at launch. Because that shit was real buggy. It was real buggy and glitchy. And yeah. And there's been a lot of rumors also that, there's going to be a new Nintendo console launching next year, and people have like leaked it, saying that it might be like the Switch 2, or something like that, which would be kind of cool. And me and James have kind of been theorizing that if Nintendo gets a new console, for next year, whether it be like a new like concept console or like a new Switch console, aka the Switch 2, we're both kind of theorizing that the new Pokemon game for next year could potentially be a launch title, which would be pretty cool, because there have been no Pokemon game to this day, there is no Pokemon game that has ever been considered a launch title. Because here's the thing, going all the way back to 1998, or just, back when Gen 1 was coming out in the late 90s, it came out on the Game Boy, February 27th of 1996, when Gen 1 first came out in Japan, and it's September 28th of 1998 here in America. It pretty much came out right around the time that, towards the end of the Game Boy's original life cycle. Like right before, the original Game Boy was dying out, before, the Game Boy Color came in. So, yeah. And so, I feel like that every single mainline Pokemon game has come out for every single system, whether it be for the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, and even the Switch. I feel like it came out towards the middle or towards the end of a certain console's lifespan. Because originally Pokemon was going to be a 1 or 2 game release, because they didn't know how well it's going to do. But, you know, Pokemon became really, really successful, and to this day, like when it comes to just like franchises in general, based on like merchandise, Pokemon is probably Nintendo's most profitable franchise in terms of like merchandise. Because, you know, not only do you have the games and like the DLCs and stuff like that, you have like action figures, plushies, apparel, movies, hell, the trading cards. Pokemon is very, very profitable, and it ranks in money year after year for Nintendo. Because, you know, there's still a lot of die-hard Pokemon fans, like me, that, you know, dedicate most of their whole, like money, like, you know, life savings, and all that, you know, into the franchise, and, you know, tries, you know, our best to, you know, do that. All right. Hi. All right, so we are just now approaching Hucklebuck. We're crossing over the border into Trattoria, and we're going to end this off right here. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next video of whatever comes out. Stay classy. Have a good night.